y'all, it's Janine. We don't have a fancy intro. I can't do it. We're coming to you old school live. Thank you, Brandon. I'm Janine, Marketing Communications Director here at the Historic Egyptian Theater, and I'm solo today. Alex could not be here for our tour, but we still got Brandon behind the camera, and we'll see how well I can banter with myself. The results may vary. I apologize. So thank you for joining us. I'm just going to give a couple repeats to let everyone come in, join, since normally we have a nice intro video, and I'm not going to sing it, not going to do it. So if you haven't been here before, welcome. We are here every Tuesday at 5:30. We used to do these in person, but 2020 sucks, and here we are virtually, which is great because maybe some of you want to come out, especially on a day like today where it's a little cold and rainy. I'd rather be watching this video from a couch with a nice sweater, maybe a mug of coffee. So what we do, we're going to go through the weekly changes. You can see behind me already, there's some that we can talk about. And we'll show you what we did in construction, and by we, it's the empirical we did not do anything. As staff, we cheered them on and gave approval and many a nod. So they've done great. But see what they did, see the construction that's happened over the past week. We've been doing this virtually since March 17th, since St. Patrick's Day. So how many weeks is that? Too many to count. So let's get started. So we are on the main floor in the back lobby. You can kind of see the front doors down through there, and then Brandon is standing in what was the women's bathroom. And guys, we're free roam today because we're off Wi-Fi. We're on LTE, so get crazy. We can move anywhere in this building, get nuts. So one of the major changes, it's a very exciting thing, guys. We get entertained by small things. One of the major changes is not only the gorgeous crown molding, so you can see they finished down here. So before, I think last week they had half done, is that right? Now they're fully done. Look at that. Doesn't it look, I really can't wait for you guys to see this in person because it looks identical to the stuff upstairs. Physically identical. The way they can match colors. They have a nifty tool that's on their phone that they can literally hold it up to a wall, but they can literally just be like, oh yeah, there's more violet in that. Just their eyes are so trained that you're like, oh, you just said it's like rusty terracotta. Right? No? Thank you, Brian. So they've done a great job. They sprayed. You can see where you have some of the remnants. So they base painted that kind of creamy, custardy color, if you will, and then sprayed over with that more terracotta color and then wiped away the high points. So you're seeing they're having to do some retouching just from obviously where this overspray was, as well as there's some spots that, they wiped away just a little bit too much, but overall they have just nailed it. And then they also put the lovely glaze on the wall. So you probably saw this is a white wall, is a white flat wall. Then you saw the plaster come in, so you got this texture. This one's actually more original. This is the original one more. We can't tell them apart, and we hope you guys can't either because, again, our terms of less sticky, more swoopy, again, they're very good at translating our very technical terms. And then you saw, I believe last week, they had kind of that base color that you see again in the crown molding, that kind of custardy, yellowy color. So when you were first in here, especially over the past few weeks or so, it's very yellow. That's not glazed, is it? I can't tell.
The bathroom?
Yeah, no, that is glazed. Yeah, you can see. So you can see just the different lighting. The glaze, yeah, you can really see dark. In here it gets kind of the darker, picks up really that nice textured look that this theater is known for. Again, the reason we kept, obviously, with this aesthetic is it's original. It's what was here in the theater in 1929. So we are on the National Registry of Historic Places. All of our designs went down to Springfield for have them be blessed by the Illinois office because we wanted, again, I think we've talked about it a million times, but for anyone who's new or just to reiterate, we wanted to make sure that all of the design elements in this project very much vibe with what would have been popular in 1929, or at least an interpretation of what would have been popular. Like our backsplash on the concession stand. Is it very 2020? No. Is it probably 1929? Not on the nose. but it has that kind of Art Deco-y feel. It has those geometric shapes that you would have seen a lot in Art Deco. So we had a great interior designer, a great architect that were able to walk us through these going, we don't know what we want, but we would see things and go, no, I don't want that, but I do want that, and I don't want that. Anyway, that's a good design process, right?
So Sue asked what LTE stands for.
Like 5G, like we're on we're on the cellular data
instead of Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And we could not agree more, Sue, that the crown molding looks so good.
It does. It does look really good.
Hey guys, I did not mean to flip on myself.
That's fantastic. So this doesn't seem that sexy, but it is. These are the brackets that are going to hold up the TVs, and we did see a TV actually in place. It looks phenomenal because you see it's kind of back set in, so it's going to be this nice framed TV that'll sit flush. Got the nice plugs and internet connection, Wi-Fi, if you will, Sue. I guess that'd be wired, so it's not even Wi-Fi. I don't do tech. Cody, correct me. Network. Thank you, Brandon. And then we also have our little hub that will be for the speakers. So again, we've talked about this in the past. We've had a lot of shows where maybe someone has to step out, they have a crying baby, they just need to take a phone call, whatever you need to do. You can still be watching the show, whether that's a movie, whether that's a live event, whether that's a community event. We're going to have a camera that will broadcast as well as audio running out here. So if you have a, sad little 5-year-old that's just like, I just want popcorn now, you can still take in the show. So they've been here today working on those items, and then they've also been working on our speaker system. We got to hear some chimes today, which is very exciting. We got to hear a reading from some existential novel. It sounded very it was intensive. But it sounded great. The audio quality was fantastic. And then you can see they've also got 3 of the brackets mounted up behind the concession stand. So what's going to be really nice with that, if anyone who's visited our theater in the past, we obviously had menu signage, but say we wanted to have a specialty drink. Say we ran out of Swedish fish, whatever. We now have the ability to have backup slides. So say, we ran out of kettle corn, which is going to be an option here. Get excited. We'll be able to make a quick adjustment and say, hey, sorry, kettle corn's out. So you'll be able to see an up-to-date menu as well as a scrolling menu. So if we have a specialty drink, say for a holiday series, not that me and Brandon are obsessed with holidays. What? We would never design a specialty drink for that. 100%. We'll be able to scroll through again and be able to see what's upcoming. And as well with the TVs behind you that are going to have the live stream, especially 2020, COVID times, we really want to be able to communicate with you guys, hey, here's what expectations are, mask wearing. I'm solo right now, so that's why I'm not mask wearing. As well as social distancing. That's why Brandon's so far back. And washing your hands. We wash our hands all the time. We like our soap. It smells good. You should wash your hands too. Take it in. Eau de parfum des Egyptian. I speak French. So that's going to have all of these guidelines too of, what the expectations are when you're in here taking in a movie, community event, because we just don't know what 2020 is going to hold. We're hoping we can have some movies. We're hoping we can have maybe some spooky ghosty tours. We're going to hopefully be announcing those shortly while we finishing up this project and all those COVID expectations, because again, we want you all to feel safe inside this space. This is a space for entertainment and safety. We never want you to feel that you're compromising your own personal health to come see a show, because that's not the expectation. Any questions so far? Concerns, general thoughts?
No questions, but I would like to, if it's okay with you,
yeah,
go into storage room.
Yes, sir.
And recap what storage looked like.
Yeah, let's do that. So, Brandon makes a great point. Our storage at the theater has been a constant struggle. We do have a Harry Potter closet. We have a water closet. That used to be a phone booth. And we have this closet, which is fine. It's great now. Better. So it's very wee. It's a nice wee space. It's gotten more wee, but in a good way. We've got our washer and dryer. We've got a new sink. We got a mop sink, which we never had. If any of you, especially volunteers, can attest, we had a very unique way of filling up our mop buckets. It was from a sink that was counter height. Yeah, it wasn't fun. So now we've got a mop sink and a lovely hose. So even we'd have the mop next to it and dump out our mop sink into our mop sink. Can I say mop more times? Mop. Anyway, so prior, we had this shelf as well as another shelving unit, and it housed janitorial, it housed building ground supervisor tools, it had a tool chest, it had concessions, it was our volunteer lounge. We're sorry, we really appreciate you. We couldn't give you a better space until now. So now you see we've cleaned up this area, drywalled, redone the floor, updated our brains of the building. Prior to this project, when you wanted to come in and turn on the lights, there was like 4 places you had to go. One was at the very back of the mezzanine, which if you're a coward like me and Brandon, it's not fun. You have to walk through the dark. I don't like it. Now we just push a button. It says 1. Yes, very squirrely. We didn't like it. So it's just making, again, things streamlined. Things make more sense as to where we store them. And with concessions being stored back in there, if any of you guys were at a big show, this place was very tight. And then if we ran out of popcorn seed, if we ran out of oil, you'd be walking through, excuse me, trying not to hit shins and ankles with popcorn seed and popcorn oil. That will all be alleviated by this new glorious storage room, which is starting to get set up, and we'll get to show you. Da-da-da. So you walk through, these are again going to be double doors that match the kind of pyramid-y shape. We're in Egyptian.
These doors will match.
Yes, we'll match the bathroom doors, match the aisle doors. And then, did you like me being a door? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Then we have Brandon's Lair, so we've called it. I think it needs a sign. This is what I'm talking about. So this is our nice lighting system. So we'll have presets. So say right now is work, things at 100%. We can have like during show mode. So when our lights are very bright, when we have a movie, we could have it be dimmed, have all these presets, which again is just going to make things super streamlined for us, as well as this. It's brains. I don't know what it does. It does things, Brandon?
It's fancy.
It does things. Cool things.
Those are the colors.
And now we're starting to set up. Look at the difference. So this is going to be concessions. And you think, wow, you have a lot of concessions. We do. We sell a lot of popcorn. In case we haven't rattled this stat off at you in a while, in pre-COVID times, in pre-air conditioning times, we were welcoming just over 42,000 people a year. So you imagine the popcorn sales. And we are biased, but it is our favorite popcorn. We do eat it like at a ridiculous rate, but it's pretty good popcorn. So all of those tubs, the seed, the oil, the soda containers, the water bottles, napkins, straws, salt, all that stuff that adds up, butter. We have a lot of concession stuff. So before, we had a shelf for it, but it was very hard to keep inventory. And now this is going to be really nice to have a nice clean slate, to be able to be better informed where our inventory is at, quick and easy access, because we can literally go shoop, right around the corner, back into concessions. You're not in the way of patrons. Look at that. Da, 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 da. And you're in concessions. So again, it's just going to make our patron experience better. It's also going to make anyone who's working our concession stand, their experience will be a lot better, because the back stock is going to be much more accessible. So this is that. And I think we've talked about this before, but we got these lovely shelving babies from Pheasant Run. They were having an auction, and we saved a bunch of money. Thank you to our awesome volunteers who cleaned like 25 years of grease off these puppies. They're shiny clean and no longer sticky. They had some oil bubbles. It wasn't cute. Mm-hmm. And then I talked about before the volunteer lounge. Now we actually have like a rack to hang your coats and a place to put your stuff. That's your own little nook. Because we love our volunteers. We could not do what we do without our volunteers. They were just here 2 Saturdays ago, right? Yep. Pulling up carpet and washing down racks and everything. I did a live stream then. Huge thank you again to all of them that help us out continually, not just through shows, but through literally these projects. So we wanted to give them a nice little like home base so they can come in through these doors, throw their coat, their purse, whatever, their wallet there, and then go help us out at shows. So wanted to give them a nice home base and a place that's more actually a lounge where you could take a break. So when the movie starts, when a show starts, they want to come back, have a soda, have a popcorn, then come back here out of the patron's eye and really kind of relax. Because if you're having popcorn and soda still in front of the patrons, you still got to be on. This gives them a little like, restitution, break a bit. Any other concerns, questions, things I missed, Bran?
Nope.
Let's go see the back storage room upstairs.
Let's.
Here's a question that I'd love to pose to our audience. So we have these lovely display cabinets. This one's empty. anything you want to see in them. Granted, we might not have it, but I'm just curious if there's anything that you would like to be displayed, because now's the time for us to think about it. We have thoughts, but so you can see it's all cleared. Our renderings went down because now you can see it in person. So those are just like cheap knockoffs now because you're like, you can see the thing. And don't forget, next Tuesday, we should hopefully be having the carpet on day 2 install. So you're going to be seeing these naked floors starting to get less naked, which is exciting times. I don't know if I'll be able to wait till Tuesday at 5:30. They're here on Monday. We might have to go live because it's going to be exciting. So as we come upstairs and I lose my breath because I can't talk and walk upstairs apparently, we talked about concession storage. So obviously we had it in that tiny little closet, but we also added not only a concession stand upstairs, yata, but we wanted to have storage back here. Shoop. So more racks. I was fortunate to not be at work the day these were moved. Sorry, Brandon and Alex. I love you.
Brandon, Sean, and Sean.
Oh, Brandon, Sean, and Sean do. Good job, Brandon, Sean, and Sean. Sean squared. So again, we'll be able to have back stock. So if we have another big show, especially during COVID, we're hoping to open with 50 on the main floor, 50 in the balcony. So balcony will get to have their own concession stand, their own set of restrooms. Again, we have back stock ready here, so we don't have to go all the way downstairs, go into that closet, come back up. I know that sounds like first world problems, but when you're dealing, especially in sellout shows, when you have 1,400 people moving about a theater space, there's a lot of people. Like, we're expanding the back lobby, but it's still, like, it's tight. So any way we could alleviate the movement of back stock through patron spaces, the better. Do I sound out of breath? A little bit? It's fine. Oh, they took down the painting so we can look out this window. I don't know, it's been a minute since we've looked out this window, right? Look at it, it's beautiful, even on a rainy Tuesday. So again, just picture having a nice cocktail with the cocktail table here, taking it in, people seeing move about. We're all looking forward to the day when we can get back to quote unquote normal. But we understand and hope you all appreciate that the rules that we have to implement when we have shows back is really you're going to be doing your part to help keep us open. Is really what it comes down to is, we miss you guys. We can't wait to have shows, but we get that we have to, play in the box to keep having shows, to keep everyone safe, to keep everyone having an enjoyable time. Again, to make sure that your entertainment is not coming in front of your health. So those are the things that we're going to be rolling out, like I said, hopefully in the next 7 to 10 days. But we can't wait to see you guys. Is there anything else we want to talk about on this tour? It's kind of, without Alex, he's more technical. I just get into like the fluffy stuff, like the paint. You can see they still have to do stuff up here. They're still going to do the crown molding. They still have to do the glazing. But we're getting towards the end. Paint and carpet are kind of like the big things left. Everything else is, hardware here, finishing touches here. Like I said, they're working on our sound. They're working on our TV. They're working on our lighting. But we're really getting down to it, guys. So we'll let you know beforehand when our last virtual hard hat tour is. We don't want to just be like, this is the last one, bye forever, pew! So we'll be, ahead of time. Hopefully, maybe the end of this month, beginning of October. We'll see how things go. We're really glad you guys have been along here with us. You can keep donating. We are still accepting donations. You can just go to EgyptianTheater.org or lightscameradonate.org. Either one will take you to our site. We are getting so close to finishing this project, but we still want to keep fundraising, especially during COVID. We've come on, everyone's having a hard time with COVID. We haven't had a show since March 7th, but you guys have been awesome in supporting us. You killed it on Give to DeKalb County. You absolutely crushed it with our COVID relief fund. So we thank you for continuing to support local theaters, support local arts. Catch our new series on Thursdays at 6 called #815Live. It is a concert series that features all local artists, so from all around the county, area, region. All of these artists, just like us, who haven't had the ability to put on a show, haven't had a stage to perform on. So you've probably seen a lot of these groups at Tapala Lunas, one of them Stagecoach. You've seen these groups around, and we wanted to give them a platform to share their music, share their art with you guys. Art's what gets you through the tough times, whether that's Netflix, podcast, Spotify, or live music right from our stage, or somewhat entertaining hard hat tours. You can call it entertainment. Either way, we thank you guys for supporting us. Check us out on Thursday at 6 for the next group for 815 Live, and that series runs through the 24th. So we've got a few more weeks left. If you like it, let us know. If you want us to keep doing it, let us know that too. We like to bring on entertainment that you guys enjoy and that you guys feel you can participate in. Before I wrap up, any questions, concerns, general thoughts?
The historical stuff in the cabinet from before.
We do like that stuff.
Philip commented that those artists rocked it out downstairs, and that they did.
Oh, thank you, Philip. That is true. Our artists, we've been excited just to have like what somewhat feels like a show to us of having to put together sound equipment, having to get the show ready. But we've been really humbled also to hear the artists' excitement to perform. There was a couple that have performed, backyard shows and, stuff outside. So we're also appreciative that they're appreciative. So it's, again, this great communal effort of, a venue and local artists coming together. And if you donate during 815 Live, all of those proceeds go directly to us, and they go to keep local musicians, local community groups alive, because as a nonprofit ourselves, it is in our mission statement to help out other community things. We want to be, having the big shows, the Chris Jansons, the Scotty McCreery's, but we also want to be home to Safe Passages Take Back the Night. We want to be home to the Chamber's Candidates Night. We want to participate in the farmers market. And that's what your donations help do, is helping us still be that community living room, if you will, while still getting to put on the big fun shows that make us money. So you guys help keep the theater alive, keep us going through COVID. So if that's it, if that's all we've got, I'm gonna wrap up this virtual hard hat tour. We'll see you next Tuesday at 5:30. Hopefully there'll be carpet. We've been told it's shipped to the carpet installer, so get excited. And then we'll also see you Thursday at 6 for 815 Live. See you next week, guys.